Wire loading can begin from either side of the storage drum. In this demonstration, we will start from the right-hand side. Use the fixed guide roller as the alignment reference. This roller remains stationary throughout the setup. The supply wire comes on a wooden spool. Mount that spool on the wire spool holder shown here. Pull out the end of the wire and loosen the spool holder. Note that the holder uses a left-hand thread. Seat the spool securely in the holder. Retighten the retaining nut, then route the wire through the fixed guide roller. Always use this roller as the reference point. The stop screw on the right side sets the traverse distance. Moving the screw closer increases the winding width, moving it farther away reduces the width. Adjust the stop to match the amount of wire required for the job. A closer stop produces a wider wound section. Secure the starting end of the wire to the screw on the right side of the drum, then cut off the excess. Use the dedicated loading crank. Insert it into the drum shaft socket and keep one hand controlling the wire and spool. Turn the crank counterclockwise. Turning clockwise will unwind the wire. Keep the wire aligned with the vertical reference. As the crank turns, the drum travels to the right and lays the wire evenly. Continue to the required winding width. After you are comfortable with manual loading, powered loading can be used. The winding mode runs slowly, while the processing mode runs faster. Select winding mode and verify that the drum will travel to the right. Then start the wire drive motor. Powered winding works on the same principle as the hand crank. Let the drum move until the required amount of wire has been loaded. Beginners should practice manually first. If the wire is not controlled securely during powered loading, it can slip off and waste material. Once you are confident, use the motor and keep one hand ready at the stop control. Stop immediately when the required width is reached. Wear protective gloves when handling the wire. Hold the wound section securely and cut the wire cleanly. Now route the wire through the machine. First pass it around the rear guide ring, following the path shown in the video. Bring the wire back through the next guide and place it correctly in the guide groove. Do not leave it riding outside the groove. Pass the wire through every guide roller in sequence. Make sure the wire sits inside each roller groove. Keep the wire under control with your left hand. Route it around the next guide ring and pull it back from underneath the machine. Secure the returned end to the screw on the left side of the storage drum. Before continuing, pause and inspect the entire wire path. After confirming the route, lift the wire onto the upper roller. There is another guide roller below that must also be engaged. Place the wire on the lower guide roller, then route it across the conductive block and through the two front guide rollers. At the lower conductive blocks, the lower wire path runs underneath the block, while the upper wire path runs above it. Keep these paths separate and correctly seated. Return to the rear of the machine. Straighten the wire storage drum and confirm that it is vertical before setting the travel limits. Set the first limit using the stop plate and proximity switch. The plate should cover at least half of the sensor. Slightly more overlap provides a safer reversal margin. Attach the wire tensioning wheel and select a low wire speed. Do not begin at high speed. Start the wire drive and guide the wire at a steady rate. Apply light tension with the tensioning wheel, because newly loaded wire will initially be loose. As the drum approaches the end, stop the drive without releasing the wire. If you let go, the entire wound section may unravel. Finish winding to the end under control. Pull the wire tight, secure it at the drum, and remove any remaining excess wire. Set the right-hand travel limit in the same way, with the stop plate covering slightly more than half of the proximity sensor. Test the right-hand limit. The carriage must reverse before reaching the mechanical end. A clean reversal confirms that the right limit is working. Now test the left-hand limit. Keep your hand on the wire drive stop control so you can stop the machine immediately if the sensor does not reverse the carriage. If the reversal point is too close to the end, move the stop slightly inward to create more clearance. Finally, recheck wire tension and the complete routing path. The wire loading and threading setup is now complete. Confirm that every guide, conductive block, tensioner, and travel limit is correctly engaged before machining.